champions being banned out this time. Interesting that Twisted Fate is banned out by Gambit, because as we mentioned, in Tenerife, when these guys played, Twisted Fate was actually let through the entire pick ban phase.
Yeah, but he's a champion that Peke, we've seen time and time again, use. I mean, he's a split push master anyway. So, you know, the fact is, Twisted Fate can make that life a little bit easier. Kassadin, another one for XPK banned out there. Obviously taking out Zed, taking out the Udyr, who Diamond has really brought effectively to the table. Yeah,
Spirit Guardian was available, I think, for this one as well. So, I don't know. Maybe not. 3.9? Yeah, of course it is. Of course it is. What am I on about? Get out and buy it, guys, straight away. That's what you need to do. At least being taken away. They don't want Soaz on that one. He has got a very high win rate on that champion. Only really in the summer split he started to finally lose on that champion as well. And Thresh being the final ban. So, is Zona going to be that first insta-lock pick for Gambit? Or will it be Shen?
Well, it's going to be Sona, I think.
Be Sona.
You know, the fact is that Yellowstar himself has played most of his games on Sona, won 3 out of the 4 that he's brought to the table. As you said, Gambit just loves Sona in their team. Voidal, not going to be any exception to that rule. He's kind of the requirement for Gambit. Do you speak Russian? Do you play Sona? In any of those two orders. I'm not sure which one really comes first on that. But that, of course, left the likes of Shen open, which Soaz will quite happily, I say quite happily take. He's been quite vocal about how he doesn't even like playing Shen. So sometimes you have to take one for the team, and it seems like that's going to happen here today. And then picking up the Varus for Pushu. Again, most played champion for him.
Yeah, team choice. It's interesting. He was, like you say, he was very vocal about it last time around, and we prodded and poked him on it during our player meetings, and he just smiled and didn't react. I was like, "What do you put it on Facebook? He won't tell me." But no, he tells you guys, the fans. Karma being selected. Oh my God, it's been locked in. What the hell is about to happen?
Well, the funny thing is, we saw Karma being hovered over in Tenerife a couple of times, and I think no one was fully expecting that to go through here, but you saw Alex Itch, who was just like, picked Karma, what up? And also, we've got the Ashe coming in for Genja. He's going to build a tier, and he's going to try and make Fnatic cry.
Diamond just glancing at the cameras like, what up? I got this. So I wonder who's going to play this. Is it going to be Alex in that mid lane? Will it be Jungle Karma? Diamond, is he going to pull something out, or are we going to see something else coming out from Fnatic this time around? Aatrox and Blitzcrank getting locked in. What the hell, guys? Get everyone watching this match. I don't know what's going on.
Well, the predictions are pretty much out of the window at this point, I think. I'm not even going to refer to my statistics
50-50.
Most play. It's 50-50. Anything can happen statistically. So, you know, that's what they're going with for this one. The Aatrox coming in with a Blitzcrank. Could be Aatrox jungle again, could be Soaz with Aatrox, could put Shen in the jungle. We'll have to see about how they switch that one around here as Gambit move on to their last pick. So we've got a bottom lane set in stone there at least. That's what we can talk about here from Gambit, the Ashe and Sona, a lane which Gambit are very familiar with. Now, this Karma we're expecting, I suppose, to go into the mid lane with Alex Itch, but these last 2 picks obviously going to be dictating that one, as we see a Zac being hovered over with a Kale.
Where is everything going right now?
So this is the point, Demon, where we need our analyst sat in between us.
There we go. Now we know what's happening. Now we know what's happening. So Diamond's going to be playing Evelynn, that's for certain. But Kale could be top or middle. We don't know which way it's going to go. And really, I've never seen Alex on a LCS. He's probably played it in solo queue, guys, or on his stream or whatever. Darian, we don't know because he doesn't tend to stream. So without like digging down, really getting down and dirty on what champions he's been playing lately, but I don't know what's going on here, and I wouldn't be surprised to see Teemo locked in now, but I don't think that's going to happen. If it did, I think the internet may explode.
That would be the icing on the cake for this one. If Yellowstar, who's become famous for his troll selections up until now, until he actually locks in the champion that he wants, which in this case, Lissandra makes a lot of sense. We talked about earlier, banned out in game number 1, but has a very, very high win percentage in the mid-80s for that one. So it wouldn't be a surprise for me whatsoever to see this Lissandra being locked in for Fnatic.
And Peke was unstoppable on it last week. He actually, his only death came when I think he dived on the fountain at the end. They were 8-1-7 in one of the matches. And even against Gambit, I think he did very well on that champion as well. It may have been Gambit that he did the 8-1-7, and I'm trying to think which game it was. They kind of all blend into one when you get to a certain age.
A certain age, yeah,
I'll go
or
with
a
that.
certain amount of games in a season. I was going to try and dig you out that
Yeah,
hole, but
no,
you
I
pulled
put
the age
myself in the
card,
hold. It's all
so
fine.
I'm not gonna dig you out of that
Good.
one. You can keep it in there.
So what is happening right now? Where are we going with this one? The switches are coming through here. There's teleport currently on Peke, but Alex and Diamond, it's Diamond and Darian are going to switch around. Actually, saying that, no, it's going to change. It's going to change. That's going to be Diamond on Evelyn. I'm almost certain of it. We want to stay on this screen as long as possible because I want to know what the hell is going to happen here.
Yeah, there's sometimes where these last-second changes really have an impact on the game, and this is certainly one of them. As we see switches going in there, but we're going to move away nonetheless, and we'll just tell you guys in a little while what happened.
Well, we'll all be surprised when it loads up, won't we? Because we don't get to see it either right now. But the surprise is certainly going to be on the faces of Fnatic. Are they expecting the Karma to come through? That's the question, and I just don't know, honestly.
So, well, I don't think Fnatic really know either how this one is actually going to be going. So, well, really exciting game coming up, that's for sure. I don't think we quite expected the picks that have been pulled out here on either side for, especially for Gambit, obviously bringing out that Karma into this one, which, as I said, has been hovered over a few times. I forget who it was who talked about the fact that he wanted to play Karma, and the rest of the team were like, nah, let's not do that. Let's, you know, be a bit more standard with things. And, but this time, Alex bringing that one out, or certainly Gambit bringing that one out. As we said, we're going to find out in just a couple of moments as to exactly where that Karma has landed on the Gambit side. You can see Fnatic there. So look, that's his I'm playing Shen face, I believe.
I don't know. Honestly, he's got a face like a smacked ass sometimes. So you look at the All-Stars, and actually I remember distinctly while we were there, he won his 1v1 BPDD, and he just looked grumpy. And that's what we were just like, what? But look at this. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Diamond is on Karma jungle. What in the hell? Okay. First pick in EU LCS.
Thanks, Statman.
Thanks for the stats, Steph. More importantly, it's in the jungle. Well, welcome to the jungle. Diamond Prox, you are here to stay, and he innovates all the time, and this time around, he's actually been known to play Sona in the jungle as well, which I have seen a number of champions, a number of players using as well, but this one has definitely caught me off guard.
Yeah, I definitely wasn't expecting. I think we could have done a lot of research into this and probably not come into that conclusion that Diamond was going to bring out the Karma here into the jungle. But let's see, Fnatic right now are going to be moving all as one unit towards this bottom lane.
What?
Hey, what?
Yellow Star's on Shen, Soaz is on Blitzcrank.
What?
What?
When did that change around? That's what we're talking about in terms of the last second switches for this one. So it's going to be Yellow Star on Shen, and it's going to be Soaz playing Blitzcrank.
We'd said how unhappy he was about playing Shen, so Fnatic have just said, fine, don't play it, you can play support Blitzcrank.
Well, is he going to play as support Blitzcrank, or we've seen him play top lane Blitzcrank before? That's the funny thing about this one.
Don't know what's happening
right now.
We'll
see how that one all works out.
Guys, anyone watching at home right now, if your friends are not watching this, get them to, because this is just, well, there's words I can't use on air, and this is definitely one of them, because it's a pretty wild one. And we've seen some fantastic Mad Life play this morning. Are we going to see some amazing Soaz support play today?
Well, we're going to find out, aren't we? Here's Diamond starting off here with that blue buff. Gone for the point in his Q, first of all, that Inner Flame to start things off. Cyanide going to be kicking his blue buff off as well. So that's the start that we're getting from these two. Really interested to see what Diamond plans here, whether he's practiced something at these early levels to get involved. We can see that Cyanide actually going in for the red buff here. Soaz comes down as well, and Soaz is playing support this game, by the way, guys, as we are going to see them diving in towards Diamond. Soaz not quite got the positioning to get the grab, but Diamond is very, very low from this one. There's a flash grab! First blood comes down for Soaz. First time we've seen him in the support role here, and he gets a blue buff and says, thank you very much.
First blood straight away, and that was a great, great start. So Fnatic going for the invade. Diamond tries to pull something new out, and it actually backfires by a great shock encounter. And we talked about it at the start of the show, that you could throw these gambles, these changes to Fnatic, and they react in kind, and they kind of countered and caught Gambit out once again by doing a complete roster change while they're in picks and bans.
So I'm not sure if they've been practicing this, the whole, you know, Soaz is now our support despite winning the title as the best top laner in the world. Let's get him Blitzcrank and throw him down in the bottom lane with Pushu. So incredible, incredible start to this one. We can see that Gambit now trying to take away the red buff of Fnatic after losing that one to Cyanide. Peke is coming around for this one, and we're going to see who's going to be able to pick this one up. Smite not available for Cyanide, which is definitely a problem. He dives in on top of Diamond, and look at the damage that he's getting down from this one. He's got his passive, let's not forget. Diamond is actually walking away. Here comes Alex, flashes in. Can he get the final blow off? The slow comes down. He's running, he's going to jump, but he's jumped towards Voidal, who will pick up the kill, and now Peke in all kinds of trouble. He flashes over the wall, and there's Voidal again. He's gone in, he's gone too far. He's gone far too far. He got the kill, though. The yellow star gets him at the end. I'm sticking by the statement. WTF, Demon.
WTF indeed. Voidal, well, your Voidal just shows full aggression there. His first game, Edward is gone. Dark has been a support man, and now Voidal comes in and picks himself up a double kill. It's something in the blood in the Russians, maybe. Or despite the fact he's Estonian, I don't know. Whatever, you speak Russian, you go crazy aggressive as support, and sure enough, 2 kills gets him a Philo Stone off the bat.
So, Darian on Evelyn, something that we've not touched on, but the fact is that we've not seen him playing Evelyn before in the LCS, so that's another bit of a change. But it's all a change, really. I mean, there's not many standard roles in this game going on right now. It's definitely caught us by surprise, and as Demon said, make sure you get your friends tuning into this one, because we're in for a bit of a crazy matchup, I think, to say the least.
A bit of a crazy matchup. We haven't even had a chance to look at Diamond yet to see what he's leveling up, so hopefully we'll get that on your screens at the moment, because he's actually been so aggressive we didn't get a chance to look at him. Looks like it is Inner Flame that he's actually leveling up, so wow. Wow. I'm kind of we're both kind of a lost for words here, which doesn't happen too often, but this bottom turret is taking a lot of damage. Pushu on Varus, that's something we have seen a lot of. He's doing the damage on that bottom lane. Darian's actually doing a good job at holding him off here, to be honest. Evelyn in a 2v1 lane against the Blitzcrank, that is scary stuff. You can see Pushu, it's a champion that he likes a lot of. He's played it 4 times, definitely managed to got good numbers on it. Diamond, though, he's coming down the bottom. He just walked past that ward, though, so he's not as sneaky as he looks. And I think, actually, yeah, that he's not going to be sneaky at all.
No, he's just kind of forcing his way in there. That ward down. So I was actually ramping up here. Not quite getting in range to pull off a pull. That one. Well, let's see. That tower, as you said, very low, and that's part of the reason why Diamond's just come across as Voidal. Gonna go very, very low from this one. Cyanide jumping in, but Yellow Soul will get the kill. They get the slow on Genja as well. He could be in trouble from this. He flashes away in the end before even thinking about having the taunt coming down from Shen. Survives that on this mid lane. Alexic and Xpeke been a very quiet affair so far. They got involved in that top lane and stuff, but since then it's all been back to the farm game.
Yeah, we've not really had a chance to look at it because the game's just bonkers right now. But Yellowstar's actually got 2 kills now as well on that top lane. That's going to be scary because Yellowstar is going to be doing what Shen does best, and he's going to be the split pushing. Alexic is taking a 1 there. He's going down the bottom lane, but he did just pass on a ward. The moment Fnatic step back, they're like, nope, he's going down this way, head back towards there. They're having to duo lane at the moment down this bottom here because they're desperately trying not to lose this turret. The hook comes in on Darian. There's going to be the power fist. He's going to go down. One more shot. The ignite's going to do the job. But can they get Soaz? The passive shield, the mana shield coming out there. Teleport comes in. Peke comes in. Diamond goes down. Quickly squatting. Now Genja's in trouble. You can see this chain of corruption just lands to land on him. And would you believe it? Another ulti used. Yellowstar comes in with a stand united. And that's a 3 for 0 in the bottom lane, straight up to Dragon. Why not? Nope, backing off.
Well, I'm not going to call anything this game because it's probably not going to happen, or the exact opposite will probably happen from it as well. So, great move by Fnatic. Shen coming down there, the teleport out of Xpeke, and something that we've seen him picking up more and more lately. Obviously, it was Charu that really got that trend started. He's been doing that for years in the mid lane. And Peke said that that teleport is a very powerful spell if you use it right, and that's certainly how you use it. Getting down there, you've got Shen there with the global to join you as well. Perfect play coming out of Fnatic. See there, Diamond just doing that blue buff. Wondering if he's actually going to take this or whether Alex will back off for it.
Looks like
he's got it. He took it.
Looks like he took it. So No surprise, he is playing Karma. He kind of needs it, and he's actually fell behind in the jungle. Well, tell a lie, that's a lie. It's a straight-out lie. He's actually even in the jungle because Sinai's been actually roaming and helping out as much as possible as well. Look at Genja. Totally out of position. Where the hell is he going? Zoaz is going to go in there. Power fist up the backside. Pushu comes around. He gets hooked straight back in there. Piercing arrow. And that was an easy done deal. You got to wonder really how Genja actually got so far out of position there for one of the most passive AD carries in the game.
Yeah, that was not something that we used to see from Genja, to be honest. I mean, yeah, like you said, very, very passive, but getting caught so far up lane like that is not something we come to expect. That is going to be turret number 1 of this game, and so as our new Fnatic support, at least for this game, who knows really what's going on with that one, he's charging in here, and look at Voidal, he is in all kinds of trouble as well. Who are they going to go for? They're going to go for the rare, they're going to go for the Golem from that one, actually, as Pushu now being chased down by Diamond as he throws down the chain of corruption. Soaz coming in from this one as well, but there is Darian. They've not thought about the Eve, he's come sneaking in, and now Soaz in trouble. Flashes off towards the top side. Alex Ich is going to come down from this one. Soaz changes path, and what's he going to go for? Knocks Darian in the air. His mana barrier gets popped, but he is still steaming on. There's the arrow from downtown, and he's finished off in the end by Darian. Good turnaround from Gambit.
And the shutdown actually for Darian there, you saw he picked up 432 gold because he was 3-0-1 just before that, because Soaz, he'd been on a bit of a kill spree of his own, taking away those kills. What a game. What is going on? I don't know. Feelerstone picked up by both supports this time around. We do see the Sightstone finally completed by Soaz as well. But we haven't had chance to really talk about the lanes matchups because they've just been switching around all over the place. It's 7-4 in kills so far. Such a contrast to 12-12 game that lasted nearly an hour between EG and NIP, which kind of surprised us that NIP turned it around and won it. But I actually couldn't call this one right now. Fnatic have the gold lead, they have the tower lead, and they have the kill lead. But honestly, the game is that wide open and wild that anything could happen right now. I wouldn't be surprised to see something bonkers continuing to happen as the game progresses.
No, certainly wouldn't. This game is just calling for crazy action as Yellowstar going to go in on towards Darian. Not going to be able to catch that Eve though. Just pops the W and says, nope, not going to be able to chase me down. But he is doing decent amounts of damage here. I mean, look what he's built up towards that Sunfire Cape here early on. A Cyanide and the bottom lane of Fnatic, which is now Soaz apparently, got to do Dragon.
Yeah, it's actually keeping our camera on our toes as well, because it definitely plays with your mind when those fingers change around. We talk about Soaz, he'd be looking for the top lane and he's not there. Dragano, first one of the game, picked up by Fnatic this time. Gambit normally have such good control over that Dragon. They're not going to be happy about losing that. It continues the gold slide in Fnatic's favor. You can see it's 3,500 gold already. That's a big, big lead being built up just 12 minutes into this game, 11 minutes sorry, into this game. And in terms of gold, you can look across the players as it's not a massive difference. The AD carries is where really it counts. That's the 1,000 gold difference, and the two top laners who are now finally facing off against each other. Yellowstar's doing a fantastic job as top laner, and maybe this is something they had in mind when the changes came through, who knows, or whether they've just been training so hard for it this week. All I've really seen from the Fnatic streams is simply Cyanide being dropped this week.
They've certainly done that, and they've kind of done it around to us, I think, this time in
We've
here.
been trolled.
I'm really interested to hear, actually, from Fnatic after the game as to what the whole decision-making and whether this was actually a planned change, because it really wouldn't surprise me if it was just an on-the-fly thing going down. Right now, Cyanide is headed to this top lane. Diamond is going to be camping in that top lane as the taunt goes down on towards Darian. He's also a lot of health, but look at Yellowstar. He's dropping as well, but Darian goes down. Yellowstar's managed to escape. Here comes the teleport coming out of Xpeke. Can they get in range here for him to get his ultimate off? There's the slow, and that's pretty much the kill. Actually, Cyanide did have his passive up there as well, which is why he had no problem with chasing. Meanwhile, we see Alex Ich go down, both Soaz and Pushu combining for that one, and that's a 3-0 for Fnatic again.
This game is just crazy, and Fnatic continue the chaos. It's actually catching Gambit out of place, and so many times the ganks are working out for Fnatic. They're just piling on the aggression, continuing to just really go where they please, and Cyanide now actually doing a great Aatrox in jungle, honestly. This is the second Aatrox in jungle we've seen of the day, so maybe it's going to be flavor of the week, it seems. But Fnatic are looking so good here, and Gambit, despite the fact they've pulled in their new support, Voidal, who picked up those 2 kills early on, seems to be floundering a little. And with Darian on Evelynn, Evelyn's a champion that has to get going, and is starting to struggle. And simply put, can't go really in a one-on-one against Yellowstar now because he's got that Sunfire Cape already built out there. And Fnatic, look at them. They've got that Bloodthirster on their AD carry. He's at 3-1-2. Genji's gone for that Tear of the Goddess again. Despite the changes, he's still insistent on going for it. The hook comes in. Alex gets caught once again. And just like that, Pushu takes him down.
Yeah, had no ultimate available as Peke gets hit by the arrow. He's taking turret hits as well, but not going to be too scary for him. He just claws his way out of there. And Fnatic can keep up the pressure here with Cyanide in this middle lane. There's only 2 men there for Fnatic. As you mentioned, Bloodthirster are already done there for Pushu. They decide in the end, no, play it safe. We're 11-4 up in kills. 15 kills in less than 15 minutes. A stark contrast to the last game. As you said, I think First Blood only came in at about 11.5, 12 minutes in that one. So really, these teams fighting to the death for this top place right now.
Genji using the hawk shot there on Yellowstar, but Yellowstar has not backed off from this one. He's got Soaz with him, who seems to be landing every hook he throws out there. There's another hook. He lands on the red buff. This time they're going to take that one away. Pushu's going to be the focus for it. The little lizard's coming around, and Genji doesn't want to get involved. And that red buff has been taken. Blue buff will be picked up by Peke as well. Fnatic in full control. And Darian, he's out of position. Where are you going to go? Nowhere.
Yeah. Pretty much is exactly where he's going at this point. Peke going to come in from the side, takes the damage onto him. Darian trying to put as much out as he can here, but quite frankly, you're not escaping that one. Did decent damage, got half of Peke's health down, but half is not 100%, and that's what you need to escape from that scenario. As you said, just completely out of position there.
And there's 4 members of Fnatic. They're looking to keep the chaos reigning, and Genji and Voidal are going to be the focus of the target. Soaz comes around again. He's landed every hook so far. I seem to have seen him throwing out and doesn't seem to be letting up. Diamond's trying to put pressure on the middle lane. Alex Itch on that top lane, but it's Fnatic. They have 4 members now on this bottom. Yellowstar's backing off, so they're just going to have a 3-man push down here. I don't think it's going to get caught out. No, it's Yellowstar's going to stick around. They're taking the inner turret. They're going to be happy with that one. Pushu back in the mid lane. He stopped Diamond, and now it's just the top lane. That's the only one they're losing, but Fnatic are going to keep on going.
Yeah, why not? I mean, there's not really a reaction to this from Gambit. Fnatic going to head northwards through the Gambit jungle right now and hope to catch someone off. They've got Soaz at the front, who won't be scared of going in between those 2 turrets there for a bit of a look. Alex did take down the first turret of Gambit's game here in the top lane, but everything else is pushing against them. We've got Cyanide pushing this mid lane out. That's 4 men from Fnatic to take down the final outer turret.
Well, they have got Pushu on their team, so they're starting to keep on driving forward. Piercing arrow thrown out. It's doing some damage now on towards Diamond, and that turret's taking more hits. Peke just off at the side, ready and waiting to launch himself across there. The next minion wave may well be the focus, and he could well go for it. He's spotted by a ward this time. Yeah, they're pinged on him now. They do know he's there. Yellowstar's gone back to the top. Stan United is available should they dive for this one, and they may well go for it now this wave's pushing in.
Okay, coming around the side, as you said, being spotted, but the piercing arrows doing great damage already from Pushu. Got that pickaxe now added in towards that last whisper almost, and look at the farm difference as well. Pushu is absolutely decimating Genji on that front. 143 to 95. It's 2,500 gold difference.
Yeah, even the supports, obviously with a 3-1-3, Soaz has got a big advantage, and it does look like this middle turret's going to go down, so that's going to be 4-1 in turrets now to Fnatic. The gold lead, it's 7,000 gold, just coming up to the 17-minute mark. It's a huge advantage. Dragon's up in 4 seconds. Fnatic roll on down there, and that's going to keep the gold lead flowing in their favor. Ordinarily, when Gambit are losing the kills, they at least keep the gold level because they get a dragon, or because they keep their farming lanes so high. But Fnatic are just dominating them across the map right now.
And this is worrying signs for Gambit as well. Let's not forget that their record's really only been blemished to the max, I'd say, when it comes to certain play days, is when they had Spontex in there. They lost both games on that weekend, and they can't afford it. You know, week 7 out of 9 here. This is a stage where they can't afford to be losing 2 games in a weekend.
The pressure is absolutely on both teams. They are, of course, joint top right now. I tell a lie, Fnatic were in 5th place. But, well, they're going to be up there after this game. I mean, yeah, they have to try and pick up a win. They're all trying to stretch their lead in this top lane, and none of them are able to do it. NIP picked up a win, so they're closed themselves in there. They were 5th, I believe, NIP were. So Fnatic, they could well set themselves at the top of the table if they win this one. Still not going to rule Gambit out, though. There's still a long way to go in this game, but they are looking so good so far.
Yeah, really breaking the mold from what we've seen from Fnatic so far. Obviously, Soaz playing the support role. This is not just any top laner playing support role. This is a guy that All-Stars won the battle of top laners. You know, this is technically, as far as we could really, you know, measure it by, the best top laner in the world on paper. So really crazy stuff. And I tell you what, that man there, Yellow Star, some big boots to fill going into the top lane to replace Soaz. He's doing brilliantly. Must be something in the water in France.
Yeah, it is the two Frenchies that have switched themselves around. Pekka going aggressive. Chain of Corruption misses. The hook misses. This could be the turnaround that Gambit have been looking for. Is it though? Pekka dives in, throws that ultimate down, picks up the kill. Voidal goes down. Alex is the next focus of target. He's going to get dropped as well. It's Pushy that picks that one up. Darian comes around the back, gets all of them in their ulti there. Has he got enough damage? No, he hasn't. The Ignite running. It may take him. Yes, it does. Pushu with the Ignite kill. Actually, no, it's got to be the snipe. He hasn't got an Ignite. I don't know where that came from, but nevertheless, he gets the triple on Diamond with the piercing arrow. They're going to get the turret down as well, and Fnatic with 4 kills for 0 on a dive on the turret are looking incredible.
And the thing is, that's Lissandra's power right there. You just saw it go into the middle of the team, put the ultimate on yourself. He's got a Zhonya's as well, so you're not killing him. You just can't put damage onto him for that entire time while his ultimate is just hammering away on you. And the fact is that Pushu is now 7-1-3, of course. He was 4-1-3 before that. Bloodthirster got the last Whisper in there now as well. So he's just doing so much damage in those team fights that if you can't stop him, you're not going to be able to win a fight like that.
I had no idea what Gambit are going to do. That was kind of their fight to win right there. They had a good engage. The crescendo landed in a good place. Did Pekka just fool himself there? I'm not too sure. Where am I going with this one? He is going to pick the blue off. I was going to say, surely he wants the blue himself. I wasn't sure if he was just leaving it for someone, the way he was dilly-dallying around there, but he does manage to take it down. But that was the perfect engage for Gambit. They got the crescendo across. The arrow didn't quite time itself nicely. Darian wasn't in the fight, but he still came in, landed his ulti. The hook comes in. Soaz taking away the blue buff. Will he get it? Or will Diamond have to use his smite there? Look at this. They're delaying. They want to force a fight. That's what they're doing here. They want to get aggressive. No, Diamond goes in and uses his smite.
Yeah, really trying to bait that one out. You saw them trying to pull it as far back as they could there, but Fnatic right now, they know we've got positional advantage here, guys. We can start pushing through to this one. Gambit have got literally no one behind that turret right now. Genja is trying to get away. Shen is actually fighting with Kayle down in the bottom tri-bush here, and Yellow Star, he's a tanky beast right now, and Alex has really struggled to actually get into him. There's the taunt coming down. Pekka uses his ultimate. Maybe a bit overkill, but a kill nonetheless for Pekka. He's now 3-1-6 with that Lissandra.
Kill's a kill. Interesting play, though, because Fnatic, as you mentioned, had really good positional advantage. Look at Darian. He's actually between them doing some dirty farming. I'm not too sure it's going to quite work out, though, because Pushu and Soaz, they're continuing to keep driving forward. They have that wave, but the fact they don't have those minions, that siege minion that was just taken down by Darian there, is going to cause some problems. They can't keep pushing in that mid lane, so instead, they're just going to rotate to the bottom.
And I think this combo of Fnatic's really hard to deal with as well, because they've got a great team for just going in there and getting the fight done. They've also got the perfect, you know, opposite of that with a Blitzcrank in there to pull someone out, to single a target right into the middle of the team to finish it off. So it's going to be really hard for Gambit to adapt and, to be honest, figure out what Fnatic are going to do. Are they going to dive in there once Peke has that ultimate and that Zhonya's both available to him and just take the fight to Gambit? Or are they going to have to keep dancing around and avoiding Soaz's hooks?
They're going to have to keep trying dodging, because Fnatic are not giving up on this siege, because Yellow Star, he's just free farming in this top lane, continuing as a Shen should do, with that Stand United available to keep on split pushing. The inner turret is going to be the focus. Nobody's peeled off from Gambit right now to deal with it, because they realize this is what they have to do. They have to fight. There's going to be the arrow landing. The catch up towards Pushu. Good crescendo. Just as he cleansed it off, catches him down there. This could be a good fight for Gambit here. Peke's going to use his ultimate. He's going to go taken down. Uses the Zhonya's as well. Tries to troll as much as he can, but he does buy time for the rest of Gambit. Fnatic to get away from this one, but look at that in the bottom of your screen. There's the turret going down. So despite the fact they lost 2 kills, they still took an inner turret.
Yeah, 2-0. I think Fnatic, in the grand scheme of things, so far ahead in kills, aren't too unhappy about getting that inner turret down there and losing a couple of men. This could be a bit of a difference. So this could be a bit of icing on the cake for Gambit if they can have this outer middle turret away, which they will do. Darian now being caught out here by Yellow Star. Do you escape Hashen? How do you escape Hashen? More to the point, you don't, is the answer to that one. Yellow Star now on a killing spree with his Shen at 307, and he is a hero. Soaz popping his ultimate to get rid of those minions, hooking the last one in for good measure, and that will stop the push from Gambit.
Well, where do we take this one? No, we don't, because Peke teleports himself in there and then thought, whoop, hang on a minute, I'm 2v1. This is maybe not a best decision I've ever made in my life. But he keeps the poke on towards Alexic, and in comes Soaz, power fist on towards him, and just kites him around, uses his invulnerability, maybe able to get Soaz down. Mana shield's being dropped. Alexic is going to go down. We saw Soaz go down in the process. Diamond actually goes through, takes on the Dragon, tanking on towards Cyanide, gets the slow on towards Diamond. It should just be enough. Uses that leash to slop him down, but here comes Pushu. Pushu should be able to close the gap on towards him. Piercing arrow not available. He just used the new arrow. Hail of arrows comes out perfectly on max range and catches him. It's another kill for Fnatic, and it stretches it to 20-7. 24 minutes gone.
Yeah, really, again, just messy engagements coming in. Peke teleporting into the middle lane halfway down. Two guys in front of him who were then so scared of that Lissandra, they just backed away, or at least tried to back away. Then you had Soaz come motoring down again with that Blitzcrank to really lock things up. He did die in the end, but let's not forget he is the support. It might be easy to forget. He's 3-2-7 right now, got the locket in there, got himself an Oracle, got those boots and mobility to be even more annoying charging around the place. And this change of plan, because that's really what it is from what we can see here for Fnatic, is working out so well for them as we see the arrow coming on towards Yellowstar. He flash taunts in there for this one, and Genja now in all kinds of trouble. How do you escape the Shen? You use your barrier first of all. Alexic coming around the side. Yellowstar now realizing, hang on a minute, I'm the one in trouble now. I'm going to go back towards Genja, who gets the ulti out of Alexic. They all survive and get the kill as well.
That was a little overconfident there from Yellowstar, but why not? He's almost got a Trinity Force complete. He's gone full aggression after this one. The hook on towards Diamond gets pulled in. Chain of Corruption out. Diamond gets dropped in seconds. Alex just used his ulti a moment ago to save Genja's life. It could have been useful there. And Diamond so far on Karma, it's not going so well. It's 0-6-7, but how much of that was taken from that very first blood?
Oh, there's a crescendo coming out, and, well, Voidal might be in trouble himself. Peke taking a lot of damage as the ult is there to grab onto Alexic. He flashes away. Pushu flashes in. Peke comes in from the side, steals that one back. Darian did walk away. Voidal escaped as well, but it's another kill for Fnatic. Peke's low, but are they going to go in for that Baron? There we see a great statistic as well. If you're a Fnatic fan, at least, Peke, #1 kills in the EU LCS at 104, and those 4 coming from this game.
4 coming from this game. He's done many kills on Lissandra. It's a champion that honestly has a great win rate, and it's looking like it may continue to. Fnatic starting off the Baron, though. This is dangerous territory. They have got 5 members around there. Yellowstar just about to join in, but with Darian coming in, with Voidal, who doesn't have Crescendo available just yet, they back away. Probably a wise choice, because Ashe was there in the form of Genja, who has started things off, and now Gambit thinking, could we start the Baron off? No, we can't.
The answer to that was written when that ward came down. Can't carry on with that one. Yellowstar here, 178 CS. As you said, the workings of that Trinity Force coming out for him as well. There's a blue buff just spawned for Peke as well, and that Lissandra, who's now got that Abyssal Scepter in on top of the Zhonya's from a little bit earlier on. So let's have a look if we get... we've got a minute of quiet, I think, in this one, finally. It's taken a while to get to that stage. We'll look at the stark difference between the 2 AD carries. I think that's a very good comparison to make here. 124 with 164 CS for Genja. Compare that over to the 215 plus 825 on the kills. Look at the items in there as well. I mean, just a massive difference between the two.
And just how far does that get in that tier that got us stepping behind in terms of item builds? It's instantly gold effectively wasted until you're looking to hit 30-40 minute mark now, effectively, probably for Genja. Now he's got the Bloodthirster in there. Well, that's great. He's got a BF sword, which also matches Pushu, but he's got a Last Whisper, a QSS, and a Zeal on top of that. He's massively ahead. And that's why, of course, in terms of kills, yeah, he's got a big advantage, but the fact is he hasn't had that early damage. That's a great arrow to catch him off. They're going to start it on. Chain of Corruption comes out. Crescendo follows it through. Peke comes in, locks everyone up, pops his ultimate down. Voidal goes down. He gets caught out just at the back. We saw Darian also going down to push him. That's his 9th kill of the game as they flash in. Alexic gets massacred. He gets taken down. It's Yellowstar, that takes that one down. Yellow Pete would be delighted if he could get it, especially if he was playing Shen as well. But it is Soaz wheeling his way back, starting everything off. It seems to be working out wonders. There are 2 members of Fnatic very low on health here, but it's going to be the Baron for Fnatic.
Yeah, Baron for Fnatic. There's nothing that Gambit can do to stop this one. They're not even trying. Genja is He's going to head down to that bottom lane, get himself some farm back, but they are going to lose this Baron, and that's going to put them, I mean, look at the gold already. It's now 13,000 difference after 28 minutes of the game. I think after 28 minutes of the last game, there was about a 200 gold difference, which just shows you how crazy this one's been. And this whole switch around of things going on, working out very nicely here for Fnatic. See Darian on the screen there in the bottom left, just having a quick drink of water. It's not over just yet. Keep yourself hydrated. There might be a little bit more to play in this one up until now, but I mean, look at Yellowstar. We have to talk about this because it is a massive change for Fnatic. The guy who was AD carry that moved to support, that is now apparently the new top laner. We still need clarification on why this all happened or how this all happened. He's 519, 200 CS, Trinity Force in there with that Sunfire Cape and a second Giant's Belt as well. He's absolutely flying right now. He's done a great job. I mean, look at the timings on his ultimates as well. That three kills that they got in the bottom lane earlier on, he did brilliant on. I mean, he's only using Stand United, which kind of maybe builds it up to a little bit more than it was, but he's been spot on with those ultimates every single time. He's farmed well, and he's just generally done what you'd expect out of someone in the top lane from a team like Fnatic. It's great.
And Soaz seems to be enjoying himself wheeling around. We hear that overdrive kicking in every time on the Piltover custom Blitzcrank, as he has effectively had this Oracle the whole game, it seems. I don't remember not seeing him with the Oracle. Piercing arrow landing again on Diamond. They have got good heal here, Gambit, and if they can stick around, they've got good sustain to hold off, but the question is, can they hold off? Can they keep that turret there? And it doesn't seem so. They're going to have to wait a while for the next minion wave to conga line in there, but Yellowstar actually going to try and tank this one up. Pushu putting the damage down, and again, that turret doesn't have a lot of hit points left here. And those piercing arrows, they're doing a chunk of damage every time they manage to go through. Static Shiv was completed as well by Pushu, so those waves, they're getting cleared out that a little bit quicker, and they just need a couple of shots from Pushu. There goes the turret, there goes the ultimate.
They're going straight on towards Alex, who is going to go down without even using his ultimate from this one. There is Darian taking the pressure now. He will fall. 3 men left. Grab comes in onto Voidal. He couldn't avoid that one. And now Diamond is the final man left alive, running back off towards the Nexus. Fnatic really only losing a bit of health from that one. They're going to take this inhib, and Pushu turning around there. The claw came out from Peke. Couldn't quite snipe off. Fnatic might finish it right here.
Well, they may well go straight for it, and why not? They've got the damage. It looks like Fnatic going to take down the Nexus turret and go 3-0 over Gambit Gaming. They pulled out something new, but it seems to have backfired horribly, because Fnatic are going to take victory once again and the top spot in the LCS for Europe over a victorious Gambit.
I'm a little bit lost for words right now, because that was... The picks and bans were already a little bit too much for my heart to handle. Then the fact that it took us about 2 minutes to realize that Yellowstar wasn't actually playing Blitzcrank was like, oh, wait a minute. He's actually on Shen this game. Brilliant performance overall from his team, moving Soaz towards that Blitzcrank. Yellowstar's got that swagger there. He's like, yeah, I can play top as well. No problem with that one. And not the best game for that man on your screen there. Voidal, I mean, you can't really analyze too much into what he's done there, because, quite frankly, he didn't really have much chance coming into that game. Overall, Fnatic, as we said, changing things up completely. If there was ever out-of-the-box thinking, that was certainly it.
Well, I mean, talk about Voidal. He got the double kill near the start. Kind of flashed for it, knew he was going to die. And that actually gave Yellowstar his first kill, and then got his second straight afterwards. So that gave Yellowstar the double, and you don't want to give a Shen a double kill. Like, even as a support, it's great getting kills. He got that Philo Stone early, but then you gave the split pusher that's going to be a pain, a thorn in your side for the whole game, a double kill, and effectively gave him that Giant's Belt early on. Sunfire Cape completed early on, and Yellowstar didn't really look back. We could also talk about Soaz. Soaz played brilliant on Blitzcrank. Remember the first blood that came on towards Karma in the jungle, which is something I don't think I'd ever say on an LCS stream. But
Soaz playing Blitzcrank, getting first blood onto a Karma in the jungle.
Onto Diamond playing Karma in jungle. I mean, what happened there? But sure enough, they got the kill. It was he got the blue buff off that, which obviously helped out then, because Pushu's like, well, great, my support Blitzcrank has blue buff. He's going to be throwing hooks all day, and they worked wonders. And it was a terror of a lane, and we saw, you know, simply put, Genja getting completely caught out of position. Don't know really what he was doing so far up the lane, honestly. It was a desperate situation for him. He was going to die regardless. So many plays, so many misplays as well by Gambit. how much do you look into that? Do you look into it, Fnatic having a great counter? We talked about it right at the start, how they can just counter-strategize you, and they said, we're going to have something prepared again for Gambit, and it seems that they have something like that all the time. But it's only against Gambit they do that. They don't really bring in it all the time. So, coming into week 7 we are now, week 8, week 9, just not too far away, then the playoffs. Have they got some more prepared to get themselves to that World Finals, which at the moment, they are looking like probably the most prominent team in the European split. Remember, they won the spring split. They won the spring playoffs. So you would expect Fnatic to make the World Finals. Have they got enough to get to the World Finals and take it to the rest of the world?
Well, we're at week 7, and I still have no conclusive answers to any of those questions because things are so tight right now. Fnatic, of course, taking the lead for now with that victory over Gambit. We're going to head over to Jason, who's joined by Deficio from Ninjas in Pajamas to break down that crazy, crazy match.
Thank you for that, Joe and Demon. And yes, I'm with Deficio, and wow, I think everyone at home, everyone watching, even the casters, everyone here was just like, Jungle Karma. And I know you've talked about this with me quite a bit. Can you explain the picks?
Well, I think I can start with the Gambit pick. The Jungle Karma is actually something Diamondbox has been practicing solo queue quite a lot. It's been working really well for him because you have the ability to 1v1 pretty much every jungler in the game, except for maybe Aatrox, who will outdamage you hard. But like, he has kite abilities, he has a slow, and he has like and heal for himself. He can actually duel most junglers. And when they get to team fights, he provides so many things with Karma, like shielding, speed up, which was like kind of the whole thing of the Gambit comp. Like every champion on Gambit's combo had like some sort of kite or a speed up. Like, so they wanted to like kite the fights with their Kale ultimate as well, like Evelyn go in with ult, then like kite around, and then when they saw an opportunity, Evelyn would turn, ult someone, and they would like flash Sona ult it and then go all in with it. So that was like the idea behind the Gambit comp, but obviously when you lose early game this hard, it's not really going to work.
And then talk to us about Fnatic's side, because we had Yellow Star on Shen, and we had Soaz on Blitzcrank.
Yes, it didn't really surprise me they did this, because we've been practicing against Fnatic, and they actually did this. We thought they were trolling, so we were like, no way, they're never going to do this in LCS. But then they picked these picks, and like, okay, they're actually going to do it. And I think I'm not sure the reason behind it, but I think it's just because Shen fits Yellow Star more than fits Soaz, and Blitzcrank fits Soaz. Like, we have seen him play top lane as well last split, and he's really, really, really good on it. He's so aggressive as well. So, but yeah, the whole combo is based around catching out a target with either Lissandra ultimate or a hook, or with Varus ultimate, and then just instant kill that target and then move on.
Yeah, and we're going to see that in this replay. So let's get that on your screen and kind of walk you through exactly what happens, because it's about 18.5 minutes in. It's 12-4 in favor of Fnatic, so they have a pretty large lead right now. And walk us through how this kind of begins and kind of how it ends.
Well, you actually see the claw on the right side coming in. Piggy actually activates it too early, so he doesn't get the ultimate on Alex, which means that Alex doesn't flash there. If he had activated the claw properly, and he had gone in range for ultimate to Alex had to flash early, and then Pushu could hit the ultimate. Now Alex doesn't have to flash from Lissandra, which means he's going to flash the ultimate from Pushu, which actually is a bad thing for Fnatic now, because they kind of lost the engage. They're reliant on Source in tower range to land a hook, and he misses it. So this for Gambit is the perfect scenario to fight. But they are so far behind at this point, and they make one mistake, which Xpeke exploits perfectly. 3 people are standing within his snare range. He flashes, snares them, and this wins the fight. This alone wins the fight. 3 people snared, they can jump in, they can get the engage they want, they can instantly give a target, and then you just move on. Shen comes in, lands a good taunt. Alex has no flash anymore because he flashed the Varus ultimate, he's dead.
And we were pointing something out here that look at Genji's damage, because you talked about earlier on, which we'll come back to in a second, how he got shut down earlier on. But look at him attacking Yellow Star. He does absolutely nothing to him in this.
He's good. He's doing the tier build on Ashe. We know he's going to do it, but it's early game and like mid game, it's so weak. He has no damage to provide. Varus, on the other hand, is like twice his damage. But yeah, I mean, that's how it is.
Yeah, and okay, so we wanted to talk about something in particular that you brought up with me, was the fact that Voidal, he got a double kill, which surprised everyone, but there was a big downside to that. Can you explain why?
The thing is, when you play something like Sona, which literally has no escape in lane, and you're standing against a Shen in 2v1, Shen can always taunt you. If the jungler comes, he can taunt you, the jungler can jump you. You're dead if you have no flash. If you try to poke the tower, he's going to taunt you on the tower, you're going to take a tower hit, and he's going to go for the kill. So, when you have no flash as Sona, they will just kill you, like, so easily. Sunlight even runs up, he doesn't get anything from it, because Shen is just pushing them out. But this means that they have no pressure on the tower. Shen can just push them out, because they can't poke the tower, he's going to taunt Sona, kill her. So it was never worth it for Sono to get this double kill. He even gave double buff to Shen, so Shen could even 1v2 them without getting help. So it's such a ballsy move. I guess...
I know Joe and Deemer were surprised, but he actually flashed over the wall and went for the kill, but... I mean, we did see Yellowstar 1v1 him, like pretty much a couple of minutes right after that, and it was a major downside. Then you also mentioned, in bot lane, they were getting forced so heavily down there. We saw Diamond actually stick around a little bit on Karma to kind of hold the turret down, but it unfortunately didn't work out so well.
When you hit the point where Shen can hold the tower 1v2 alone, you get all the pressure on the second lane, like where they're 2v1, because this means they can just slowly take the tower. Evelyn can do nothing against it. They can just take it. There's no jungle pressure, because Karma gave the first blood too. She's behind. She comes down. I think she's as well. And there's literally nothing they can do to hold this tower. And it's just a matter of time before a hook will land, and they get a kill, they get tower, they get dragon. And this will just set them so far behind because they have no chance of taking the top tower, so they lose the tower, and they lose the dragon.
All right, well, thank you very much, Defiso, for joining us. Good luck on your game tomorrow, since you already won your game today. But for now, we're heading over to Shox with an interview with Soaz.
Absolutely. The man of the hour, Soaz, who played Blitzcrank in the game. And, we got to ask you guys, was this a plan you precipitated before, or was it a split-second decision when you saw their picks? You went, you know what, I'm just going to go Blitzcrank and let Yellowstar have Shen.
Actually, we played it like 3 or 4 screens against CG and other teams, and it worked pretty well. So we just plan what they're going to first pick, what they're going to ban. We predict to play to pick Shen and Varus, then also Aatrox and Blitz, then see for PK to counter pick middle since we had last pick. So we predict all these picks. We knew we were gonna have these 5 picks, and we got them. So yeah.
So it's one thing, of course, to pick it and to go on that Blitzcrank, but why do you think it is that you were able to steamroll the game so hard?
What?
Why? You made the picks, but how come you think it was that you were able to dominate them so hard in the actual game?
We got an early kill on their jungle, which helped us a lot for the game. And also, they got 2 kills on top, but we got 1, and it helped a lot Yellowstar to split push during the whole game. So these 2 things were quite important. And we also did a nice move bottom with Shen Ultimate and PK Teleport. We got turret. We got all the Drake and with all the globals.
So, of course, everybody's wondering, is this how it's going to be? Is Yellowstar going to start playing more tops? And is the all-star top laner from Europe going support?
No, I wish I could play Blitzcrank every game, but I can't really, so no, I will stay top.
How much of a luxury must it be to play in a team that you can just say beforehand, you know what, I feel like playing Blitzcrank, I'm just going to do it, and your support can effectively just go top lane?
Well, Blitz is my favorite champion. I made him since Season 1, Season 2, LCS. Doesn't matter if I play top, mid, or jungle. I just love playing him, and we played him first season of LCS when I played against, top lane against EG, and yeah, I just have to play it once a while in LCS, and I'm fine.
But what about Yellowstar? I mean, going on Shen and being effectively a great player on it.
Well, Yellowstar can play whatever is needed for the team. He really don't care what he have to play. He just play it, practice it a lot, and it helps us a lot.
Right. Now, finally, why now this crazy strat? Why in this particular match? And, was it because it was against Gambit, because of how far we are in the season? What's the reasoning?
As I said, we practiced, like, not so much, but we see that it was working really well. And I felt like your team comp was really good. We had engaged. We can siege turret really easy. We can contest drakes. We can do pretty much whatever we want. And we have really strong mid game. Like, our late game is also good, but our mid game is really strong with Blitz. So yeah, we just decided to play it, and we spend a lot of time talking about what are they gonna pick first, so we can plan to get the picks we wanted to, and that's it.
All right, thank you very much, and thanks for putting on such an amazing show in that game. Now, coming up next, Alternate has been first place for the entire split, but lately they're barely hanging on. If they can't beat MY